Hello and welcome back. We were, I guess, doing some copper mining, but we have plenty of copper now. So I'm gonna go back up. And I did a little digging, which is amazing. Like the world we live in nowadays, like with YouTube and all that, all I had to do was I had to look down in the comments, and one of the first comments was someone saying, "It's all fun and games until you have to get back out." So actually, before we fix that, well, let's go ahead and get the copper cooking, and then we need to build levers to demonstrate one theory. And then make sure we have redstone for another theory or idea. And see, that's why I'm not a good scientist because I know that it's wrong, like theory, hypothesis, stuff like that. I'm teaching my own kids, a hypothesis is where you observe something or you have an idea about something and you want to say, I think that that's how this works. Basically, is I think this will happen if we do this, and then you test it. Now, a theory is more like concrete, more. Even though theory to me, I feel like if you're theorizing, or it's more like an educated guess or like a hypothesis. Hypothesis. So, and that's where I get confused with like the. And mind you, I did get the highest grade in my geology class in a community college. So like, there's my little excitement for that. I definitely got some C's in my day, but like I don't know, straight A's and B's all through school. Well, maybe a C or two there, but anyways, it doesn't matter. My point is wait, do I have a point with all that? Now with YouTube, we can, if I can ever find some, there we go. We can learn how to build something within just a few minutes of research, not even. Like it's so easy. So let's do a few levers. Let's do like 10. And we need redstone, which I know we have some over there, but we're just gonna keep. No, actually no. That is a good point. Let's leave some loose redstone here so we have it. Actually, I'm conflicted. Rather have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. There you go. Oh, and actually, before we go too far, let's go ahead and jot that down. So, the idea. So we actually did something today. I mean, it's my day off, so. Um, mutually assured construction. Circumcenter. That was a fun time. Construction. Oh, oops. No. Um, we'll just type this real quick, just going a summary. The wealthy could loan small amounts, because I'm not talking about like let's go buy someone a house, like that seems, or maybe if they're capable of, definitely, but small. And actually, let's put that or large. Let's see. Amounts. At 0 or low interest. Seriously, that one thing, if every wealthy person just did that with their money and helped 10 people, you imagine how many people, and I'm talking anybody with over $1 million, if they just loaned out like 10 or 15,000 to some person just to help them with credit card debt, maybe even like a boot camp or trade school, because my boot camp was about 10,000. I mean, I'm already like halfway done paying mine off, but, and yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like some of this is personal interest in this, but because I'm a person, and what would benefit me? Well, this, but like a lot of other people too, and I'm speaking more like Well, anybody who's within a paycheck or two from being homeless. Like I think if I missed two, if I went a couple paychecks, I'd probably be homeless. So yeah, I guess that could still be me. All right, the wealthy could loan small or large amounts at zero or low interest. There you go. That's it. And let's go ahead and plop that down. There you go. So now it's one of the pieces of information that we'll have here. We can put more upstairs. We can put more downstairs. We can even put more here. Like we could like put that and then like one here, make a row and then a row and like have a whole grid of these things with just little tidbits of information. And then I could even transfer this, like make this downloadable or like even available. I think available in like the item shop, but I don't know if I'd want to sell it. It'd be like a free thing. Of course, like a lot of it's kind of you could do donations, there you go. But if I made any money that way, I'd probably just reinvest it. I had to disclose that recently, that I'm a small-time investor in Red Key USB, which is true. I mean, I need to be forthcoming with that, but I'm not trying to make any money off of it. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get some experience off this, but no, because I am getting a Red Key USB, and I'm going to be using it. Oh, we got dark oak. No way. Let's keep going. Alright, so I think it takes 4 for dark oak. You can only do it in... Oh. Actually, it's really more them, but like the trader is also known to trample the crops. Okay. Oh, let's keep healing up the shovel. Just keep on giving. Thank you, Wandering Trader. Um... oh, and that's not even the right thing, but oh well, it needed it too. So, anyways, just that little bit of just purchasing power, debt relief, or what have you, would help anyone. So, I don't know, something to think about. One of the concepts of global peace and security, because then imagine once we get, um, we're doing a few things. All right, we can go test the other. What I was talking about being on the YouTube comments. So the comments of that very video were addressing the issue of this not working. So instead of this, um, why is it working with that one? Okay, so that one works for that one. Okay. So wait, what? So let's get rid of that. It only works with the one. Did I set it different at all? Yes, I did. Okay, so that's on me. That that is actually the defect here. The bug is here. Okay, so now what? Oh, because in that state. So now. Oh no! What? So that's not the best solution either. So this was one solution that someone said is just replace them with levers instead of pressure plates. Hmm. So, but another solution was to stretch out, and this actually makes more sense for like walking towards it. Like if you waited until you were right up next to it, you might have to, especially if you're running, like you'd have to stop and wait just a second, but that's still kind of annoying when you could do it from all the way back here. And that's what it was saying is like, you know, have the redstone here or like or make the circuit bigger to where it's just one trigger rather than both of them trying to trigger the system itself. Like pull it away a little bit. I don't know. We can experiment with that later. Let's see, for now, we've got another tree to grow. I mean, that's definitely some fun with redstone. We're learning things, but I don't know. In just like the matter of a couple of hours, something like that can be taught and understood. And I could continue to watch, like, that was just the first YouTube video I found. I could watch another one or a couple others and, see what I think and bada bing. So, all right. And then another idea, so with those small loans, is also create microplots. So microplots, mini houses, tiny houses, whatever, or just, yeah, microplots. Like you buy some land, put a bunch of shipping container homes on there, or trailers even, doesn't matter. It's like some kind of homes that are, affordable and still include a garage. Like I feel like everything really should. Like trailer parks would be so much better if a garage came standard because I don't know, like just the elements, like, you know, yeah. Let's see. We also needed dirt. That's what else I was forgetting. Let's see. There we go. Wait. Okay. Well, where should we put the dark oak? Maybe like over here. There we go. It looks kind of a little dry, the leaves. But maybe that's just the... Well, this is the normal texture pack. Also, we could actually make it sunken in, so it's like more level. That looks kind of better. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some of that wood done. And we'll build some lightning rods, and we'll see if we can't get some some stuff going that way. So whenever like lightning strikes, because that's cool. It was like super loud and all bright and everything. But then we can maybe have it do extra stuff, like turn on things and make things open, close, or whatever, and just be like, I don't know. Yeah, you don't get a whole lot of wood from these. Let's see, what is that? 36 blocks or 36 logs. There might be. No, because it's actually disintegrating. You want to make sure you stick around and gather the saplings, because this one's kind of hard to grow. It's not as forgiving if you don't get the saplings. It's kind of like jungle. I saw one up there. I feel like there's a better chance um, that they'll drop a sapling if you let it decay naturally versus when you break it down, but I don't have any evidence to back that up. Like I would have to have a few trees to test that on. So, I mean, granted we do have a second tree over here. It'd still be nice. In fact, since we're going to be doing this, we'll stay focused and we'll do both. So we'll do some tree farming. Okay. Oh, but yeah, microplots. So basically, and the lot rent is ridiculous, and I think like more and more people would be happier living in such a situation if the houses seemed a little fancier, if there was a little more, I don't know, I almost want to say like security, like, because I know like with college housing, we had security guards walking around, so that was good, especially like, with like predators and stuff like that, or people trying to jump you and whatnot, but like everywhere should have more like security guards, at least until we can address the issue of, well, drinking versus cannabis, and then having public consumption of cannabis. So, having like cannabis bars or smoke lounges, or like even reading lounges, but like where cannabis consumption is okay. And then you would have a lot less interest in bars, which, let's be honest, alcohol causes almost all of the malicious activity that you need to worry about in person in the physical world. And then guess what happens when they, like they go home and they, get drunk and play with their computer? Like maybe that's like going to be a source of a lot of the malicious activity. Who knows? Or even just disarming the malicious actor ahead of time by, wait, I just realized this looks different in the city texture pack. But anyways, cutting down on the need to protect against stuff. Like less people would be out there trying to steal and like rip people off if something like, oh, a bunch of movie stars funded, an average neighborhood, and that entire neighborhood is now good. Like they're good, and then they can turn around and do it. So that's the other thing. Like when people get that, that boost or that help, and then they can turn around once they start having money and say you have like $10,000 in your savings and you're like, I can go 10 years without touching this. Then boom, you just give helped some other family get like to where they could start making that kind of money. So I don't know. It's just kind of like a big economy booster idea that's pretty bipartisan, I would say, because like one of the biggest conservative complaints is people not paying back their loans, like just people getting away with slacking off or squelching on a deal, whereas the Democrats are usually like, well, at least as far as like educational debt goes, like it shouldn't be that expensive in the first place, and there shouldn't be such interest, such high interest. And so it's the fact that we're using money markets to make jobs, stuff like that, and that's kind of part of the problem. But also those money markets would kind of be eliminated if more, wealthy people did private investment type ideas. So. But you know what? Just like some jobs are being replaced by robots, I don't feel too bad. Like, now people can get the training to work on the robots, like, or work on fish farms or produce food. And if you didn't have to worry so much about money, because this helps everybody. Like, there is nobody that would not get benefited from this, potentially. All you'd have to do is apply and then, state what kind of debt you got, how long it'll take you to pay it back, or what kind of, like, deal you want to do. And then you pay it back at, like, when it's comfortable for you, or when it's even possible, because a lot of times people have to make decisions where it's like, do I pay this bill or do I, pay this? Like, they got so much going on, whereas if they put everything on the cards and then they consolidate it all into one payment and then got a loan for that, and then boom. Let's see, let's go chop down the other one. So, I don't know. And I think I like to think it's already happening. Like, we've got credit unions forming where people are, like, trying to take the power away from the banks. And the banks really, like, a lot of times, that's kind of a broad term. Like, it could mean, the really large ones or the smaller ones, which most of them are owned, I feel like, by the same, like, 1 to 3 monopoly type companies or oligarchy, whatever. But, ooh. See, I gotta make sure I at least get enough to replace what we grew. So I don't want to have to... I mean, I guess they're okay being farmed. We've already got 5, and now we've got 2 more canopies disintegrating. So... Oh, but anyways, this idea continues to spread, and then it continues to spread throughout all of the Americas, North, Central, and South. And then we don't have as big of a problem of the invasion, down at the southern border, which... call it what you will. There are a lot of people coming to America, but like that's always been the case. I mean, the Irish immigration around the Irish famine, the colonists, the conquistadors down in Central America more so, but some up here. Like, if you look throughout history, it's just human nature to kind of just move around. I mean, if things are easier or there's a promise of a better life, like, and they're all chasing that dream of like, oh, and then I don't know, but luckily or not luckily, fortunately, well, I guess it's similar, through better communication, countries are fixing themselves a lot better. Like, I don't know, just like people around the world, except war-torn areas, that's the one part we got to still address, but, aside from that, people are getting enhanced situations of living, standards of living. Now, not everywhere and not, how do I say this? we're nowhere near done, but there's a lot of great progress, and like there is, it's a lot more hopeful than even 5, 10 years ago, 50 years ago. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like you think about like the Dust Bowl and Wall Street crashing and people jumping out of buildings to, oh no, there's a recession. Ugh, I'm gonna have to pay more on this or I got more debt. And then right here with that debt idea, and also I got the idea from a telemarketer spam call. And it wasn't even a telemarketer, it was just a spam call or like a sketchy telemarketer? I don't know. But someone trying to offer to do exactly that, but like, well, one, I don't like how they're not, how they go about it. Like, I feel like such things, if they really were all that great, we would hear about it through other ways, like phone calls, and especially the dodginess or the sketchiness of how like they say they call in on one number and then they say call me back on this number and it's like an 800 number, but then they call from all these different numbers and there's all these different companies and yeah, so I've noticed an uptick of those kind of calls. They were quiet for a while, so it's kind of nice, but now they're starting and they're starting to leave messages too. So now that makes me want to target them, like, hey, let's have them looked at. And so I've been recording the numbers and like gonna pass them along and see what becomes of it, if anything. Or actually, I don't even care. Like, you know, for your knowledge, no response needed. And that's kind of like the IT way of solving things, or at least like doing things. Like, unless there's a response absolutely needed, just here you go, you know, or post it in the comments. Because, I mean, for that situation, yeah, there was a response needed. It's like, okay, this is great for one-way travel, but then it breaks going the other way. And so, and actually, I wonder if that isn't part of the gimmick, too. I should look at that, because, like, if you think about it, well, what, the first comment said, 10 likes and I'll post build number 2, or something like that. But it could have been intentionally like, hey, this works until you try this, and then build number 2, or the next short in the series. So I should go back and see if yeah. So, oh, and shorts, like, that didn't cost me any of my time throughout the day. Like, these 30 minutes of listening to me ramble, well, yeah, that's going to cost you 30 minutes of your life, of your day, that and maybe you have this on in the background, too. I don't know. It could be a podcast. Uh, I still haven't figured out how to make podcasts out of YouTube videos, but I will. Maybe I'll do that this weekend, because well, yeah, I'm organizing these projects. I'm going to write up a formal, like, business plan of the wealth sharing incentive. Or not even wealth sharing, because that implies that it's going to be given. The common sense loans, or common sense loan projects, or communal loans. There you go, communal loans. Because common sense kind of implies, like, what, like a hint of it, or an edge of offense. Like, finally someone thought this up. We don't need the attitude, we don't need the emotions in it. Just like a clear cut, hey, this is a neat idea. What if rich people loaned out money for a few years? Or, well, or just what about that? What if wealthy people loaned out money to not as wealthy people? Just, yeah, leave it at that. Because not say temporarily, because it would essentially be very similar to um, what banks are doing. Because, I mean, you still got to pay the money back. It's just lower interest or no interest for like a certain amount of time. That way you're still making money. It's an investment opportunity. But I mean, not super investful, but I mean, if you already have a ton of money, like, are you really worried about it? Like, sustaining your money and then sustaining your soul. No, but seriously, like, sustaining your ego and your conscience. There you go. At least you can say that. Oops. There we go. We have bone meal for days. In fact, I think I took a lot of the bone meal and I made bone blocks. There we go. We almost have enough for 2, but that's okay. As long as we at least have enough for 1. It's kind of painful to come back from that, but at the same time, not a big deal. And if I were to go out and harvest more, I have 2 that I can cut down. So, huh. The logs are definitely not in order, but that's okay. Hmm. Actually, we're almost out of bone meal. I mean, because we made 42 bone blocks. So that's 42 times 9. Was that 360 and 18, so 378 bone meal. And then you divide that by 64 to find out how many stacks. So that's about 5, 6. No, 6 I'd want to say. No, maybe not quite that much. 5 or 6, so almost 5 or 6 stacks. What are we doing? Lightning rods, and that requires copper. Nice, first try. Let's get the shovel. Okay. Ah. Alright. Ah, it was worth a try. So the last lightning struck over here. Well, I gotta be careful, I don't want to fry. Like, does it do damage? Does it light fires? Like, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, there we go. That versus that. Oops. Oh, I missed it and almost placed it in there. There we go. Hmm. There we go. Although now it's gotta rain for that to even happen. So I wish there was a way to... I wonder if there is actually, as I say that, to increase the frequency of the rainstorms. Alright. Okay. Let's see, what else? Oh, whoops. What could we be doing? Got some slime blocks. Could try to fix the... Oh, we got like 2 minutes. Now let's just go ahead and put some stuff up. And I need to take a break. I need to go do something else. So I did rake up some leaves. So it's been a productive day off. But, yeah. Maybe go take a nap. Now I'm probably going to go eat some lunch or something. But let's go ahead and mine some stuff for the last minute. Or get us close to where the mine is. Or should I be... And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go write that up in just like a Google Docs or maybe like... Yeah. And make a PDF of it or something and just make it and start posting it all over XApp. Just be like mutually assured construction or communal loans. There you go. Communal loans was what we were going to talk about. Oh, there's the alarm. So... Alright, communal loans. Yeah, because that would just help out so much. So many people. And that would also help out with the student loan debt, because if they didn't have to worry about their credit card debt, or at least they were able to like focus on that and build up some money, like yeah. It doesn't solve everything, but it's a step towards it. So, alright, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one.